have to go over to my friends, and I was thinking about the economy today, and I was thinking about how hard everybody works, and how most people that even jobs that would surprise you are making only $18 an hour, which is a little above minimum wage. However, I think, and my mother and I were talking about this, and I did a lot of lives last night because I couldn't sleep, and I was always advised by, on good authority, hey Trev, hey, I'll tell you what I'm doing. It's Trevor's Infinite Horizons. I just got back, and I was thinking about the economy and the monarchy, and how people are on YouTube and they talk about the monarchy, and the only person that I want to hear about in reference to the monarchy is Andrew Lowney, and his latest book is called Elites, and it's the rise and fall of the rise and fall of the Yorks, so Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew. So based on my opinion and based on watching, I highly suggest for, I have trouble sleeping, so, oh shoot, I have trouble sleeping. Oh, that's a great thing. No, I'm great. She's doing great, actually. You want to be on camera for a minute? Here, I'll put the light touch on. I put retouch on. It's Trevor.
Oh, Trevor. Oh, yes. Hello, Trevor.
He wondered if you were feeling better because you were sick to your stomach.
I know. Believe me, I haven't forgotten. Rasha thinks I have.
No, I don't think you have. I don't think she has. Sorry.
I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
You know, I'm feeling okay, you know.
Yeah. You know what? She went out, hey there, Stephanie, how are you? So, it's nice to meet you. So, my mother and I, we were talking about the monarchy, and I said, what the hell do they know about real life? I said, why are they even there? Because Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew, I swear, if you watch Andrew Gold, Heretics, if you watch part 1 and part 2, I'm not going to paraphrase. Okay, so what I was talking about is they don't know shit from Shiola. So I'm on my balcony, okay, because this is what real people do, okay? You Yorks, you greedy idiots. You know, if you really want to wash your balcony, get on your hands and knees. Like, what the heck is wrong with people? You don't know how to clean anymore. Everybody is so lazy. I tell you. And I was thinking about, sometimes I like to talk when I'm doing housework. And I was thinking about, like, when I'm doing housework, what could I do? Because I like to talk. And I was thinking about the House of Windsor and the fall of Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew. And so anyways, I'm cleaning my floors. And I bet you Sarah Ferguson hasn't cleaned the floor in her entire life. How can somebody never have cleaned the floor? Can you explain that to me, Mom? How could somebody never have cleaned the floor? So I highly suggest watching Andrew Lowney and the Heretics podcast with Andrew Lowney and Andrew Gold, because I don't want to paraphrase everything, because that's what people do. They watch videos and then I have to take these shoes off. And then I have to dry it off. Yeah, that was one dirty balcony. Holy moly. Sorry, I'm just going into the little YouTube area. Sorry, I can't see. Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay. Where are we? Okay, sorry. Hey, Trev. Yes, mother. Something about Mary. Last night, so Rosie O'Donnell always used to imitate Donald Trump like this, and she'd be like, "Okay, Donald. Okay, Donald." There's this famous part on The View when she was hosting The View. She was making fun of Donald Trump. And Barbara Walters very famously fired Rosie O'Donnell, and she's now living in Ireland. So when you asked about how my mother was doing, in answer to that question, my mother and I were thinking way outside the box, and we were working out our budget and how much we could save and where could we go where life is different. I've always wanted to go to Scotland and Ireland because I always talk like this. I remember when I first started this channel, I used to do accents all the time. As soon as I started talking Scottish people, 3 people left. I didn't mean to offend anybody. But at any rate, my mom and I were really thinking of having a big change. How to deal with guests on StreamYard. Hi, Stephanie. It's nice to meet you. Hello, RK. I'm from Canada. Oh, Canada, glorious and free. So far, so good. And Trevor is from Detroit, Trenton. And he has his own channel, obviously. Hello, Sorora. Okay, thank you so much. And I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Sorosh James? That's something probably. Stephanie, hello, hello. Hi. Okay, so anyways, I was just basically thinking to myself while I was cleaning, which I realized if I kept cleaning would be a big disaster, like a huge hot mess. But I was thinking about Andrew Lowney, Andrew Gold, the monarchy, all of the connections between Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell that go way back to, I'm talking the 80s and the 90s. So I'm going to summarize. Now, a lot of people piggyback off of each other, and I'm not going to piggyback off of everything that Andrew Lowney said because you need to watch. Bye, Stephanie. It was nice to meet you. At any rate, I would really love for everybody to watch those 2 episodes and come back to have a live discussion about it because you can't summarize Andrew Lowney, but there are strange stories, of he's written books about Mountbatten and Edwina, their marriage, back in the 20s and, at the early days of the monarchy, the British monarchy. He also wrote about the Traitor King with Wallace Simpson. And those of you who are interested in royals, my grandmother, I had this cup and it broke, but it was of the Queen because my grandmother revered the Queen. And so I was just thinking about everything that Andrew Lowney said in reference to the monarchy and how Mountbatten had a, he had a thing for inappropriate behavior, and it seems to be something of a running theme in the royal family as far as their kinks, as it were. No matter where you go. I was even telling my mother the story about is it an Oedipus or an Oedipus complex, where Harry talks about his quote unquote Todger, and how when he opened the Elizabeth Arden thoughts of his mother came out. And I remember all of this, and it's funny because I never really thought about it. And then I thought to myself, it's theater. But yet, the Andrew Lowney discloses that Prince Andrew was actually a diplomat, who was a diplomat on behalf of England and the Treasury Fund, but he would use all of these things for his own financial gain, and he didn't care. And in the royal family, Andrew Gold describes cults really well. Coercive control, and maybe that's why Meghan Markle was so easy to get a hold of Harry, because she's a malignant. People can say whatever they want about Meghan Markle, but I'll give her this. She wrote down when she was 11, "When I'm rich and famous and all over the world, oh, I'll never forget you." And then she says the 11-year-old. I'll never forget that. And then Doria started talking about how, Meghan was an old soul and this and that. And I figured out why Netflix is hanging on to the sycophant, and I'll repeat it. Hi, Stephanie. It's nice to have you back. I really do appreciate it. I figured out why Netflix is hanging on to the sycophant, because what I've noticed about Meghan Markle is I've really tried to figure her out. I really have tried to be a good little rap, you know how Andrew Gold started years ago in 2017. He started on Sean Atwood's channel, and then he started Andrew Gold on the Edge, and he called everybody uh, uh, hedgehogs. So Trevor and I, the manager of the channel, we were working out like what blah, 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 blah. Oh, help me, Trevor. Oh, shoot. We were trying to work out, because I always say, we're like onions. There's so much to unwrap. And then I put the word WL. Oh, thank you so much, Stephanie. I really appreciate it. This channel, can I just interrupt my thoughts about the royal family for one moment, and I'll absolutely get back to it. Sorry, my foot's really itchy. I got bit by mosquitoes today. Anyways, thank you so much for subscribing. This is a charity. I should have said that from the beginning, but I always, Trevor and I have to do separate videos right now because we can't collaborate until I get my phone fixed. But this is a charity, and if you want to know why, well, I had a really hard time sleeping last night, so what did I do? I did some YouTube videos. I don't usually watch my own footage, but the one where I'm talking about my injury in my knee, it's kind of funny, some of the stuff. So I can't remember which video it was, but they'll all say like yesterday or like 15 hours ago, okay? And it would probably be one of the longer ones. So yeah, I would go into probably about, the first 45 seconds I get into my leg. Yeah, of course. Mother, do you want to say hello to a participant or no? It's up to you. Before I start going on about the monarchy. Yes. My Nana would be very upset that all of that the Mountbattens and that the Queen covered up, And that, do you know that Prince Andrew lost his virginity when he was 11 years old? Could you imagine? Do you want to say hello or not? Because you're not feeling well, eh?
No, I'm not feeling well.
Okay.
I can say hello.
All right. There's my mama.
Hi there.
Anyways, me and my mama have very different opinions about the monarchy. I think they're all crooks and they should be about. So they see at the bottom where it says Stephanie Loomis.
Mm.
So then you can see her there, right? Delana French recently posted. That's good to know. So this is my mom.
Hi.
I love her very much. And she went out yesterday, and I don't know what she drank. Well, she had some
I had
beer.
a beer.
Yeah.
In the Innsville, in Winona, and I've got this thing on my lip, and it's just weird. And I was sick to my stomach today.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, you know, my mother's lip is swollen and she was hanging over the porcelain bowl, but hey, it was great to meet you. Oh, shoot. Anyways, I was talking about the monarchy because that's a really dirty frickin' balcony. Because of the sand and the summer, circles in the sand, round and round. Circles in the sand, round and round. I was singing a song about Sophie today, but I can't remember. Hi, Steph. Oh, Ginny Lee did that Amazing Grace, and it's absolutely so fantastic. Anyways, so Andrew Lowney was basically saying all of this, and it's not funny. I'm laughing because I really think the richer people get, the more bored they get, and the less serotonin they're releasing. And I think that's why they do crazy things. So I just have a vain question to ask. Do you guys like my hair short? Or should I grow it back long again? Because I am in my 54th year, you know. I'm not, 25 anymore. So I just couldn't believe what I heard about Sarah Ferguson and Andrew, and how Andrew used to be like on the Treasury, and he would make backhand deals and videotapes, and they were talking about what kind of and you know what, you have to watch Andrew Gold Heretics, the first 2 parts of Andrew Lowney, because these interviews, I don't know how Andrew Gold did it. I know how he did it. He's frickin' brilliant. And I talked a little bit last night about the psychology of secrets. So anyways, that's all I have to say right now. And I have to go feed my mom. My mom said, you can't go anywhere until you feed me. And then I was thinking of Trevor's play. And he goes, I can't stand it. And he runs away. That was so funny. Anyways. So thank you for subscribing, Stephanie. I'm going to, it was really nice to meet you. And thank you for coming by, Abel Fazi. Yes, I'd love to be suggested an Iranian song. And if you put it on the community page, I'll find it 100%. Because I really do like to sing. But Ginny Lee Days, if you like singing and if you are religious, you will love Ginny Lee Days singing. And she writes some of her own songs. And she did sing Amazing Grace. And I put it up because I didn't hear it until I reacted to it. And then Melody Moon, I was thinking about a lot, and she started her own YouTube channel which I think is phenomenal. I didn't even, but I'm subscribed to Melanie, but I didn't know that she was putting up more footage. And this channel is a charity. So, if you want to find out why and all of that good stuff, believe me, I went on and on and on and on about it last night, okay? You know what? Don't watch too much footage of anything because it's really bad for the semantics in your brain. And I have no idea, but today I feel like putting on my wigs and my ballet shoes and going down and dancing and making a couple of shorts because I haven't done that. We wear short shorts. And when I remember the song about Sophie and the melody, it'll come back to me. You know, when a song, it's like a melody comes into your head, and if you don't hum it right away or the words right away, it's gone. It's like comes to your head and then it goes poof. And honestly, you feel like you're having, 50 senior fart moments at one time. I'm not joking. All right, okay. As soon as I said fart moments, people just jumped off. I apologize, brain fart. It's okay, never mind. Anyways, the monarchy, I just can't believe how many of them have these kinks, and they're really all really perverted. And Kate, sometimes it's the quiet ones you have to be really careful for. And if you don't think that Harry and Meghan were planted here in the States to have something to do with globalization and free speech, we're living in a delusional world. So, thank you so much for letting me rant. I'm going to the store to feed my mama bear. And Trevor, it was nice to have that meeting with you today. And yes, we will definitely continue with the growth and development of the channel and future content. And as Megyn Kelly would say, don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow me on Facebook, Insta, and X. I'm totally joking. I'm totally joking. She doesn't do it like that. And I don't look at anybody as a follower or anything like that, because to me, people who take the time out of their life, that means a lot to me. It really does. Thank you. I was able to hold some attention for a little while, which means a lot. Maybe one day when I have some planned footage, I'll do a lot better. Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. Bye.